All right. So, new IDs, both for the ring, and I don't think people were expecting both at once. What? Hello. Um, yeah, Faust and Hong Lu, ring. Probably not gonna be. Yeah. That's right. I'm scared. Is it live? I hope so. I sure hope it is. Hold on. Okay, these wires. I gotta move some wires. Hold on. Okay. Also, you're reading on Mitchell. Yeah. Also, different BGM today because I opened Limbus and well, I'll you hear what Limbus sounds like right now. So that's what Limbus sounds like right now. Basically, there is the April Fool's event, maybe, potentially, I think. I think it is, at least. It might not be. It might be, though. I mean, wouldn't that be funny if I do an April Fool's stream and then there is no content for it? That would be so funny. Oh my god. Why is that? Oh, right, because it stops and restarts. Okay, anyways. So pull, I would not pull. I mean, they're both probably gonna be really strong because of something in their kit, but we'll see. Okay, so first of all, Hong Lu, he's got a 5-coin nuke skill with AoE. Although the main thing is that both of these IDs, the main outlying thing to me is their conditionals, right? The gain clash power and gain final power stuff. Both of those things, I like. Clash power sucks. Final coin or final power, I don't like it. I just don't care about it at all. For Bleed Fan. Yeah, I guess back to back, people weren't expecting them to drop so like close to each other. Also, both of them have like enhanced skills, but the main thing that stands out to me is Clash Power and Final Power. Those things suck. So at first I was thinking, wow, that's a disappointment. And then I saw in their passives, they gain base power at least twice. So that kind of that makes them pretty usable. Yeah, that makes them a little bit more viable. So first off, okay, hold on. Maybe I need to change the BGM. I was trying to find like a BGM that I can use, but because I can't use the Limbus one right now because it I don't want to mess with the event or anything, so I just didn't bother. Like, I don't want to exit Limbus, so I just left it running for a while. Well, by a while I mean like before I started the stream, because I was opening Limbus to prepare the BGM, because that's how I run my BGM. I just open Limbus. Anyways, okay, maybe I should hold on. I should roll over this just a little bit. All right, that's probably fine. Okay, no, I just opened Limbus again by accident. Okay, hold on. Or well, unminimized it because it was minimized. Okay, anyways, the ID. So basically, skill 1, 2 coins, Iron Maiden exclusive skill. Okay, so there's 2 phases for Faust. There's when she's in her big, bulky Iron Maiden suit form. And then there's the zero waste form. Yeah. So, well, I think it's pretty obvious. And when she's in one form, she uses one set of skills, and then in the other, she uses the other. So that's... Why does she have 3 defense skills? I think this is the first ID to have literally every type of defense skill in the game. She has a guard, she has an evade, and she has a counter. Cool. Alright, yeah, you go for it. You do you. Alright. Now, aside from that, skill 1, on use gain clash power for every X types of negative effects on target. So every X types of negative effects on target, that is very easy. That's a super easy conditional. The only thing is it's not coin power that she gains. Like, the reason why Ring Yi Song was so strong is because it's super easy conditional and it gave him coin power. I don't believe currency. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a pretty good point. However, I mean, this is a lot of bleed count, right? Because usually there'll be like, oh, 2 bleed count on skill 1, and then that's it. But bleed count on the skill 1, and on the skill 2, and on the skill 3. Okay, so she just has bleed count on literally every skill. Alright, that's cool. And bleed, I mean, they didn't really like need count, but count is definitely appreciated. And now they got that. Constantly tell these might work sort of with index. I mean, I think the based on negative effects. Yeah, I think if Ryoshu synergizes with every single Nurse Father, there is going to be some aspect that works with all of them. Like, middle has burn and bleed. Ring has bleed and I guess defense level down and bind. And okay, why is this image so low quality? I took it straight from the official, like the official thing. I don't know why it is like such low quality. Okay, anyways, no, but yeah, if Ryoshu is supposed to synergize with everyone, then like poise from index, they also just have sinking just for more negative effects, although they're not exactly sinking units. So poise from them, bleed and burn from middle, bleed from ring, random effects from ring, thumb, I guess might be burn or something. I don't remember. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really remember what they did in this canto. They honestly weren't that memorable compared to literally everyone else. Yeah, they kind of, yeah. Buffering numbers. Let's check. Maybe. He might buff Faust, but I don't know if he buffs other people. He gets a buff from Faust as well, I think. Okay, that's gonna be Riggs. Yeah, not sure if he buffs anyone else though. Buff all ring. All of them. Okay, I'll have to look at that more specifically later on. Okay, I can't with the. Hold on. All right. Yeah, I just switched to BGM. I was getting too distracted by having lyrics on. Usually, I just have Limbus running as the BGM, but because there's the event, I do want to do the event later today. I'm gonna have to make a thumbnail for that though, so I will need like a little bit of time to prepare for that in between switching streams. tie 4. I don't know, cause like the Bloodfiend team is kind of just like really good right now. So like, does main ring notices now better? Does it? I don't know. I'll have to see the buffs that that Honglu gives, but the Bloodfiend team is still one of the best teams. So I don't know. I'll have to. I'll get to it soon though. Okay. Skill 1, gain clash power for every X types of negative effects on target. That's easy, but clash power kind of sucks because that doesn't, well, it's not base power, it's not coin power. It's kind of whatever. Ring has no bleed. Does all bleeds count? I feel like bleed doesn't struggle that much with count, and if it does, this new Faust is going to solve all count issues. Like, just looking at every single skill inflicting bleed count, like, she should be pretty decent for that. 13 for myself easy. I think at the end of the day, a lot of this game comes down to personal preference, because there isn't exactly like a best team exactly. Like, there's teams that are strong, but like it really, like, if you like a unit, then it really doesn't matter whether the unit is like meta or whatever. If you like using a unit, then go for it. Because a lot of times there's like very interchangeable units like Mao Ryoshu and Drifter Ryoshu, for example. Like they just play a little bit differently, but they're very different. How many Hitcho Pack team is that? Well, it depends on the context, right? Because like if you want like a very easy go-to brain not functioning team where you can win rate through a lot of content, Heisho is good for that. And then there's other content like MD, where like running, like, I mean, every team is good in MD, but some specific teams where you like combine like say like the bleed and rupture teams, where when you combine them, like then the gifts get kind of good. Although MD, I guess all mono teams kind of fall off compared to stacking gifts. I think every team really, it really just depends on like how you use a team. Some teams are easier to do certain content with, but it doesn't mean you can't do that content with other teams as well. And then like for railway teams, for example, like those might have a specific team, but I haven't researched railway since like Railway 2, so trying to like boys blue option. Yeah, those are all good. Rupture count, yeah. Heisho doesn't exactly do rupture count. They are technically rupture, but they're not like the best for doing rupture, if that makes sense. It's like how do I say? It's like having a like really fast car, but just like driving casually on the street with it. Like they don't exactly like use their full potential because they can't, because they don't have the count for it. Bird is bad? Oh, Bird is not bad. Bird is not charge. Okay, burn is doing way better than charge, I gotta say. Okay, hold on, I'm getting way too distracted. Okay. Skill 1. Gain final power for every X bleed on target. Okay, so that means a minimum of 2. So if her numbers are 3 and 4, like 3 base power, 4 coin power, then, and if it's clash power for every X types, then that should be a minimum of 2 clash power. So if she's gaining 2 and 2, she should be clashing at a, is it 17? No. Well, not yet. She should be clashing at a 15. I think, wait, hold on. Yeah, no, yeah, because 3 and 4. But then she also, I think she gains 2 base power from her passives, and that would bump her up to 17. Okay, anyways. On hit, inflict bleed count. On hit, inflict defense level down next turn. On hit, inflict defense level up next turn. Oh, gain defense level up next turn. Yeah, not inflicts defense level of next turn. That would be a little counterproductive. Okay, does she gain on everything? Okay, no, she does gain on that. Okay. Almost Thumb Apprentice. I don't know about that one. Anyways. Okay, skill 2. 3 coin. 4 and 4. Marisol and Sinclair. If it's actually gonna be Marisol and Sinclair. Wait, hold on, wait, no, it can't be Sinclair. He got the pinky one though, right? Also, that'd be really weird since they just got a duo of thumb IDs. That would be... Oh, wait, you mean the ones that already exist. Never mind. Alright, I thought you were talking about new ones. Never mind. Never mind. Just kidding. I take that back. Rhodian getting... Okay, yeah. Let's see. That can make sense, yeah. Alright. Skill 2, 3 coins, most likely 4 and 4, because why wouldn't it be? Gain clash power for every X type of whatever. Gain final power for every X type of whatever. Okay, so that'll be 16 plus 4 is 20. And then if she gets 2 base power, then 22. Although if she gets her other form, she'll probably be on her enhanced skills anyway, so... Well, we'll have to see. At X plus corpus ingredient count, I don't even remember what that is. I played Canto 9. Consume Y corpus ingredients count to gain the following effects. Okay. Gain clash power. Alright. So she's gonna clash higher. Convert the final coin of this skill to unbreakable. Okay. Project Moon has really liked recently giving unbreakable coins on the final coins of a skill. Now, I don't dislike it. It's just like, I'm just not really sure why they keep adding that to like every single character now. Every single ID is like gaining this, oh yeah, convert your final coin to unbreakable coin. Like I don't really know why they're doing this, but I don't think it's a bad thing. Like it doesn't hurt the ID in any way. Like it's not like they're giving it that instead of a different buff or bonus. Like it's just like a little extra thing that's just there just because. I mean, okay, cool. Alright, on hit inflict lead count, on hit inflict bind next turn. Okay, and bind next turn is very important that it's not this turn because that would be, well, that wouldn't really do anything actually. On hit and gain corpus ingredients count. Probably new meta of ID creation. I mean, I guess it like, I guess it makes the text longer, but do they really need to do that? Okay, gain corpus ingredient count, so I guess that's what she uses for her, well, that's how she gains it. Does she gain on skill 3 as well? No, she doesn't. At least not on the unenhanced. Hongwei Thorn Apprentice. Yeah, this one is a little this one's a little more official, I suppose. I doubt there will be a finger ID, phone ID, first ID. Yeah. Okay. Skill 3, 4 coins, probably gonna be 4 and 3, I would imagine. Although I don't know, because it doesn't gain coin power, so I don't know. Okay, gain final power for every X bleed on target. Okay, final power, not my favorite. At X plus corpus ingredient count, consume up to Y corpus ingredient count to gain the following effects. Gain final power. Alright, does anybody like final power? Because I don't think I've ever heard anybody say, wow, I love final power. Base power, I can understand base power, but final power? Like, who cares? Anyways, deal more damage for every X count consumed. Okay. I mean, it's not the enhanced, so I'm not expecting it to be too impressive. Can do April Fool's? I will do that after this, but I'm probably gonna make a separate stream for that. Just because because I feel like it just for like organization's sake. Oh nope, I mean, I don't know, because because usually when I do an ID review or preview review, whatever, I'll open Limbus for the BGM, and this time when I opened the Limbus, it was not the usual menu, so I immediately minimized it to save it for later. So I will do that after this, maybe, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes after. But I do need some time to make a thumbnail for that. Well, it was a little bit in progress. I think I cooked a little bit. Oh, I think it's a great thumbnail. Although I do have to set up the stream and everything. But yeah, I'll do that after this, and maybe like a 10-20 minute break in between. But yeah, okay. All right, skill 3, 4 coin. We gain final power for every X. Hasn't played. Oh yeah, not yet. I'll play it soon. What? What? I have no idea what you guys. I'll just move on. Okay. Corpus ingredient counted falling effects. Gain final power. Okay, once again, final power. I don't even know what it does. It's not base power. It's not coin power. Who cares about it? Deal more damage for every X count consumed. Sure. On hit, inflict bleed. Oh no, inflict. Okay, that's bind. Okay, this image quality is horrible. And I took it from the official thing. I don't know why it's so, like, small. Inflict bind next turn. Inflict damage down next turn. Deal more damage for every X types of negative effects on target. On hit, inflict bleed count. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Skill 1. Okay, now the enhanced skills. Need better RAM sticks. This is the official quality of the image. I don't... Unless I just didn't load it properly when I was, like, when I was saving it, but... I mean, because this is the image I used for the thumbnail as well. The quality is just so bad. Ring IDs are based on status effects. Yeah. Yeah, they originally had that with, Ringy Song, and they made a little bit of a mistake with Ringy Song. Yeah, rolling a 38 on a skill 2, that's a little... Well, I guess for damage, but not the... Clash power, I mean, Clash power is still good on. But yeah, no. And yet somehow Ringy Song still got outdated, because the skill 1 just sucks. It just rolls too low nowadays. Maybe that's why everything rolls 15 on skill 1 now, just to specifically outdate Ringy Song, specifically to get rid of him. What did I do without my glasses? Here, maybe I have to make it larger. Maybe... Is this... Do you guys think this is large enough? That looks so bad! I can still barely read it. Okay. The self-unbound flow state exclusive skill. Okay, so I'm guessing she has Iron Maiden, which is her default, the form she spawns in as, and then her enhanced form is the self-unbound flow state. Flow state, isn't that from like a basketball show or something? Anyways. New Ring Song Shadow No for all enemies. Higher base power. Isad. Yeah, maybe it's telling me I need to finish LobCorp one day. Maybe. I guess we'll see. Okay. Full estate, exclusive skill, deal more damage for every X types of negative effects on target. On use, gain final power for every X bleed on target. So this one does not gain clash power like the other one does. So maybe she doesn't gain the base power on the regular skills and only on the enhanced, I'm guessing. Would be my guess. Actually, wait, no, that probably sounds right. Okay. Gain final power for every X bleed on target. On hit, inflict bleed count. Inflict defense level down next turn. Gain defense level up next turn. Okay, probably going to be 3 and 4, 2 final power. Probably going to be gaining 2 base power from the passives, I would imagine. I think. Right? Probably. Most likely. Hopefully. So yeah, then I'll go to 15. Because 2 from final power and then 2 from base power. And then dealing more damage just for fun, I guess. Why not? Okay. Probably going to be 4 and 4. Again, deal more damage for every X type's negative effect on target. Okay, so deal more damage. Cool. Gain final power for every X bleed on target. Okay, so it's going to be a minimum of 2. Add X plus corpus ingredient count. Consume Y corpus ingredient count. Gain the following effects. Gain clash power. Okay. Convert final coin on the skill to unbreakable coin. Okay, that's there again. Inflict bleed count. Inflict bind next turn. Gain haste next turn. Haste? Why are you getting haste? Why? Okay, sure. Why not? On hit inflict, or no, on hit gain corpus ingredient count. Cool. So this is, I think her skill 2 is the only way she gains this so far, unless she gains it on her defense skills or passives. Okay. Skill 3 enhanced. Deal more damage for every excess attack weight beyond the number of actual targets. Excess attack weight. That. So she's gonna have attack weight on this, so that's good. Attack weight is good, as long as it doesn't do what Mersalt did and say, oh yeah, you may have attack weight, but you're actually only going to attack 1 target for each of these coins except the last one, because like that was kind of a disappointment, low key. Here's some weird ring IDs. I mean, if you look at Ring Yisong's skill 2, then I don't think it gets any weirder than that. Multi-statuses. I mean, it makes sense that they didn't do that because of the Ring Yisong issues. Although they could have just done the thing where they just specify it as a bleed only ID, like they did with Ring Yisong and Otis. I mean, Yisong was really the main issue. But I mean, they could have just added that on to this ID, but I guess they didn't want to make it too strong. Also, that would make their conditionals way too easy, low-key. Like, yeah, no, it would just make their conditionals ridiculously easy. Is it the only... Oh, is it the pointless branch? Pointless branch? Isn't it only the pointless branch? Huh? The House of Spiders? Anyways, okay, deal more damage. Okay, attack weight, cool. The branch 3. Right. I think, maybe, potentially. I think all the House of Spiders members are kind of like the rejects from whatever group they are in, well, or not in, but well, kind of in, kind of out. I don't know. Trailer, I think maybe something like that. Okay, gain final power for every X bleed on main target. Okay, once again, final power. I do not care about it. Add X plus corpus ingredient count, consume up to Y corpus ingredient count, and gain final effects. Gain final power, don't care. Deal more damage for every X count consumed. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, that's good. Add X plus corpus ingredient, gain attack weight, that's good. Convert all coins on the scale to unbreakable coins. Cool. On hit inflict bleed, on hit inflict by next turn, gain haste next turn, inflict damage down next turn, gain slash damage up next turn. That's random, but okay. Deal more damage for every X types of negative effects on target. On hit inflict bleed count. Yeah, so she has bleed count on literally every skill. Okay, then the defense skill is clashable guard. That's very important. So she's not just getting slapped, she's clashing and then potentially getting slapped, potentially not getting slapped. Iron Maiden exclusive skill, clash win, inflict bleed count. Okay, so that's more bleed count. Clash win. Deal pierce damage equal to bleed potency times X on the attacker. We have a counter right here. Why? Okay. That's a new one. That's, I mean, yeah, I guess Iron Maiden has spiky things on it. I get a sneeze. I mean, yeah, I guess Iron Maidens have the spiky stuff on. Is my gain high? No, it's fine. Okay, I don't know why. Alright. Okay, it's fine. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess Iron Maidens have the spiky stuff on them or something. Sure. Yeah. I just don't know why that wouldn't count as a counter if they're doing damage, but I mean, sure. Deal pierce damage equal to... I guess it's by bleed. Okay, by bleed potency times X on the attacker. Yo, hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Now, if this doesn't have a cap, right? If this doesn't have a cap, that could potentially be pretty strong. Although it's going to have a cap, because if it doesn't have a cap, then that would be like 100 damage on every defense skill, which would be a little bit ridiculous to allow. So that's not going to happen. Okay. Oh, her other defenses are only in the other state. Okay. Combat start. Gain assist defense. She gets assist defense. Okay, assist defense is one of the best things you could have on a skill ever. Assist defense. Yeah, that's like one of the things that I think make Heisho Faust so strong, which is like, you know, the strongest ID in the game right now. Or one of them, at least. Like, assist defense is really good. It's basically, like, it gives you free slots to work with. So that is very good. That's... Yeah, no, that's really good. And I guess for anybody that doesn't know how assist defense works, when someone attacks one of your allies and it's an unopposed attack, if one of your allies used assist defense, then they will just defend the unopposed attack on their teammate. And yeah, so maybe I guess this is the one. Okay, yeah, assist defense exclusive skill. All right, so we'll look at that in a sec. On evade, inflict bind next turn against the attacker. Gain haste next turn. Okay, cool. Maybe that's why she gets haste, so she can activate the... Actually, no, that's on combat start, though. Never mind. Okay, then the other defense skill. This only activates when she's assist defense. Why does Faust have assist defense? That's a good question. I guess because like she was just so strong with it, they didn't want to give it to the other Heisho. But yeah, no, assist defense is really good. So this, if anyone wasn't sold on this unit, this could have been the tipping point. Okay, assist defense exclusive skill, deal more damage for every X types of negative effects on target. On use, gain coin power. Coin power? My favorite. For every X bleed on target, so minimum of 2 gained. Probably won't give me 2, but that's still good. Because that's, you know, 2 times 2 is 4. So it's just plus 4 power. Add X plus corpus ingredient count, consume Y corpus ingredient counts, gain the following effects. Gain clash power. Do you need clash power on this? I don't know, maybe. Check out the April. I have not checked out the event yet in Limbus. I will after this, but I have not done so yet. Okay, coin power for every X bleed on target. Oh, I just read that. Okay, gain... Wait, did I? Okay, yeah. Consume Y corpus ingredient count for following effects: gain clash power, convert final coin to a variable coin, inflict bleed, count, inflict bleed. So she really just inflicts bleed with literally everything, doesn't she? Or bleed count specifically. That's, well, we don't have to worry about bleed count ever again. Well, I mean, we might. If it's only one on every single thing, then that might not be as amazing as I'm imagining it to be, but it's still going to be good. All right, and then for her passives. From index. I feel like index are definitely going to be, I mean, right now they're like really strong. It really depends on the numbers, but okay. Does she gain base power somewhere? Yeah, here. Hold on, let me, right over here. Gain base power, gain base power. So she's gaining a minimum of 2 base power. Probably, I think. As long as it doesn't go away. I mean, if it goes away, that might be an issue, but if she just gains a permanent +2 base power after ramping up, that would be pretty good. Now, is it going to rival the index units? Maybe? I mean, she has assist defense, so that also makes her just inherently good. Let's look through the other passes first. Let's zoom and enhance. All right. Upon entering the encounter in the first time, gain plus number of ring allies on the field times X. Corpus ingredient count. Interesting. I see. Free skill 3? Free skill 3. So I'll get to that soon. Skill end. If skill dealt HP or shield damage, gain corpse ingredient count. Really? Is that so? Okay, that looks like it gains a little easier than I thought. If target is killed, gain additional corpus ingredients count. Okay, alright. Okay, that's not too bad. Gain corpus ingredient. Potency. But what does potency do? Oh, I guess we're about to find out. Gain corpus ingredient every time this unit consumes X cumulative corpus ingredient count in this encounter. Sorry, what? Gain corpus ingredient every time this unit consumes. Okay, every time it consumes X count, gain potency. Cool. If the above effect brings this unit's corpus ingredient potency to Y or higher, gain artwork. That. So that's the thing that gives her base power. So that is good because base power is better than final power. Because what does final power do? I don't know. I just don't know. What does base power do? It adds to the base power. That's good. I mean, coin power would be a little bit better, but I won't complain about base power at all. Okay. So basically just use her skill 2 and 3, and she gets potency, and then she gets base power. Cool. Okay, base attacks, skills, and clashable counter skills count as skills that gain charge count. What? Huh? Why? 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 What? Huh? What? Sorry. What about these skills say charge count at all? Sorry, what? Why is she gaining that? Okay. Alright. Cool. Sure. Okay. See, it's not even. Okay, are we back? Okay, alright, that's a really loud notification sound. Apologies. Alright, I think it's back. Okay, yeah, no, like, it's not even like she gains a unique charge effect or anything. Because she doesn't gain unique charge. She just... What does she even do? She does bleed. She does, like, random status effects, not charge. Why? Oh, never mind. Just kidding. Haha. Ha. See, that's what I would say if I didn't read this thing up here. When ID clashes, final power adds up to the skill after rolling coins. When ID deals damage, final power adds to the same way as base power. It's the same way as base power. Does it act the same way as base power from the start of the skill, or is it only on the final coin? Because, like, if it acts like base power, then, like, why not just, like, call it base power? Because if it's only on the final coin, then that might make sense, but it's like, final coin? Okay, so it's like clash power for... So it's clash power while clashing, and then base power only on the final coin of dealing damage. From the start? From the start. Really? Bleed upscale? Oh, bleed has gotten quite the upscale. I mean, look at this count. Well, I mean, the image is a little small. There's long story short, there's bleed count on almost every single one of her skills. Like, all of her base skills, her skill 1, 2, 3, and the enhanced versions all have bleed count. Her defense skills bleed count, and her defense assist counter has bleed count. So she has bleed count every single turn in theory. The only time she's not doing bleed count is either if she's using an ego or if she's evading something and doesn't activate her assist defense. Aside from that, she should be pretty good on bleed count, so... And, yeah, okay. Base attack skills, clashable counter... And clashable counter skill count as skills that gain charge. Okay, so at first I was thinking, why would that count as charge count? And then I read this thing, this little thing over here. Yeah. Turn end. Why are you losing that on turn end? What? Okay, whatever. Anyways. Alright. Next passive. Upon entering the encounter for the first time, gain Iron Maiden. Turn end if this attack. Yeah, if this unit has artwork, whatever, then this unit loses Iron Maiden and gains itself unbound. So she gains that from using her corpus ingredient thing. Okay, cool. That works. Charge loses 1 count. Right, that's true. Although, see, like, I would hope that since it would count as unique charge, I would hope that it wouldn't lose at turn count. But, I mean, oh well. I mean, I guess she does gain a lot of it if she's gaining it on every attack hit. Or I guess damage dealt. Okay, if that has artwork, the unit loses Iron Maiden, gains the self-unbound flow state. When staggered, recover from stagger, excluding forced staggers. Okay. Wait, hold on. When staggered, recover from stagger? Excluding forced? So, okay, so I'm guessing the forced staggers are referring to story content when it's, like, for the plot. But I'm guessing, like, when normally staggered recover... I'm guessing this is going to be a once per turn thing, because there's no way that they would, like, not do that. Okay. And then how did she get that again? By... Oh, yeah, by just getting enough corpus ingredient potency, or whatever. Okay. Next passive... Double the amount of speed, clash power, damage buff gained from that. Okay. Min and max speed, base power, attack skills gain, clash power, doing whatever. What? Why? On hit at the... If the attack skill is negative effect, heal SP at attack end. What? Heal SP at attack end? If the unit's SP is at max, gain slash damage up next turn. That's the unit. Heals SP with this effect. On hit. And she's always doing negative effects. So she should always be activating this. So, like, is she just always going to get slash damage up if she's at full SP? That's not bad at all. That's not too bad. Alright, what support passives? I don't think anybody really cares about support passives, but let's read it anyway. When hit, allies that equipped defense skill on their slots this turn inflict bleed on the attacker. If the attacker is already has bleed, inflict bleed count instead. Actually, that's not terrible. I mean, it's not like the craziest passive ever, but not bad. Okay, Corpus Ingredient, kind of already read. It's unique charge. It's unique charge. Iron Maiden, gain aggro to the leftmost slot. Okay. Turn start, gain protection, defense level up, and shield equal to X% of the unit's current HP. So that percent could be potentially important, because if it's like 1%, that's not much. But if it's like 20, that could be decent. When hit by the last coin of an attacker, deal pierce damage equal to X% of the said coin's damage and inflict bleed count. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. The Self-Unbound, a flow state. Gain min and max speed. Gain a new set of base skills. Deal more damage with base attack skills to enemies whose speed is slower than this unit. Okay, so you move to the second set of skills, gain speed, and deal damage. Deal more damage to enemies whose speed is slow. Okay, so that's why she gains haste then. Okay, I was wondering why she gained haste, so she does actually use that for something. Okay. Artwork. Apply the following effects to this unit's base attack skills and clashable counter skill based on corpse ingredient potency. X plus gain base power. Y plus if the enemy has a bleed or unique bleed, deal more damage. Z plus inflict more bleed potency and count. And plus gain base power. Okay, so deal more bleed count. Interesting. Hear me out, the sword. What? Self-unbound status might be good if you sync IDs. I mean, she should already be giving herself haste. Also, it's only really for damage buff, so even if she doesn't activate it, like the main thing that the self-unbound passive is for is just for like is just to identify her new skill set, or that she's on her enhanced skill set. Okay, +2 base power. I think that's going to be the most important thing in this kit, realistically. Because she doesn't gain coin power. Final power, it's not coin power. That's the main thing. It's just not coin power. Okay, if enemy has bleed, okay. I mean, of course they're gonna have bleed, so just deal more damage and then more count. So yeah. She should be really good for bleed count. She might be the best bleed count unit in the game coming up. Like when she's released. We'll have to see Hong Lu, but... Okay, gain min and max speed, base attack skills, gain clash power, deal more damage. Okay, cool. That's cool. Alright, I think that gets doubled as well when, this is probably 1 clash power and a little bit of damage. But Hong Lu, we will get to that in shortly. And as a few seconds as it takes for me to pull it up. And it's up. Alright, Hong Lu time. Let's zoom in as much as we can because the image quality right now is a little bit scuffed. Okay, also, something I noticed is this one skill's name. Like, why do they think this would be a good idea to name a skill Tibia's Melody, anatomization of the unanatomized by the anatomized? Like, what? anatomization of the anatomized by the anatomized. Like, okay, sure. 44p image. I mean, this was the best quality I could save the image as. It's from the official Project Moon post. I don't know why it looks like this. Tibia? Tibia is a bone. Okay. Deal more damage for every X types of negative effects on the target. So, that's a valid point. Okay, deal more damage. Use gain final power for every X bleed on target. Inflict bleed. Inflict defense level. Neck down. Next turn. Gain defense level up next turn. Probably gonna be 3 and 4. Minimum of 2 final power, and I think he gains 3 base power for some reason. So that might be interesting. Okay. Deal more damage for every X types of negative effects on target. On use, gain final power for every X bleed on target at X plus corpus ingredient count. Consume Y corpus ingredient count to gain the following effects. Gain clutch power. Convert final coin into unbreakable coin. Okay, once again, this thing where they just really like to convert the final coin on a skill to unbreakable coin. I don't get why they really like this, but they just really like this one unbreakable. You know, I guess because this is the only part in his skill that gives him corpus ingredient. I mean, if we're going by Faust's passives, then he should gain it on inflicting damage as well. But this is the only thing, or at least for Faust, this was like her skill 2 was the only thing that actually did the only thing that actually talked about gaining the count. So maybe that's why they want that, so like it's easier to ramp him up or whatever. Because like if he misses that, then there's only one other of these skills in its entire rotation. Okay, on hit, if target has X plus types of negative effects, use... What? Is that the enhanced? Yeah, that's the enhanced. Don't have it on the skill 1 though. Indiscriminate, unclashable. So wait, so when do you use that? It's a single coin. Huh? New Asia squad. I think when Ryoshu comes out, the Nurse Fathers with Apprentices with Ryoshu will be a team. I think that would definitely be a solid team for sure. Okay, yeah, so this switches to the enhanced. Hold on. No. It does not switch to the enhanced. It activates it after this skill as an extra attack. Okay, that's... Interesting. Is that a 5 coin skill too, if you think about it? Because it's 3 and then another 2. Technically no. But like, in a way, in theory, it might be a 5 coin skill too. But it obviously isn't going to have the same power as a 5 coin. But like this one's going to be great. But okay, also, when does he activate this one then? All right, we'll see. Okay, so at X plus types of negative effects. Also, that's a super easy conditional. He's going to activate this so easily. This skill does not trigger defense skills. That's good. On use, consume X corpus ingredient count. Okay, not sure if that's good or not. On hit, inflict bleed. Deal more damage for every X type of negative effects on target. That's good. On hit, deal SP damage. On hit, heal SP on self. On hit, inflict corpus theater. I think. Does that say theater? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Hard to tell. Potentially. Wait for a new 9 coin skill. I'm surprised they even let Yi-san have that skill, low-key. Like, I did not think they would let him get that. Okay, yeah, no. Heal SP on self on a extra skill just for having negative effects on an enemy, which is a super easy conditional to reach. That's pretty good. 15 green coin skill. Maybe one day. Yeah, maybe when the ID reviews get to be 15 pages long. Is it like unbreakable coin or something? Yeah, I think it's just unbreakable or something. Or it's like unbreakable that can't be broken. Actually, was that it? I don't remember. It was like, it was something that like they didn't really need to add, but they kind of just had just for fun. Okay. Deal more damage for every excess. Attack weight. Wow, this skill has attack weight. It does more damage if it goes beyond that attack weight. Final power for every X bleed on main target. X plus corpus ingredient count. Consume up to Y corpus ingredient count and gain the following effects. Shall I have 5 coins instead of 4? More-ish, please. I mean, I think Ishmael kind of already had her 5 coin on her Walp ID, on her Jiang ID. Like that one, that's a really good ID. Like that's probably like, I feel like that's got to be one of the best IDs right now. Coins, interval, plus coins, collections, treasure coins. Ah. Okay. Yeah, no, low-key, I kind of forgot a little bit about that. I guess I've only seen it like once or twice. Okay. Add X plus corpus ingredient, consume up to... okay, gain final power, deal more damage for every X corpus ingredient count consumed. Add X plus corpus ingredient, gain Y attack weight. Okay. It has attack weight. Cool. Convert all coins to unbreakable coins. Cool. So how does he activate his skill 3 enhanced? I guess we'll get to that soon. On hit, inflict bleed. On hit, inflict bind. Next turn. On hit, gain haste. Next turn. On hit, inflict damage down. Next turn. On hit, gain slash damage up. Next turn. Deal more damage for every X type's negative effects on target. On hit, bleed count. So does he do bleed count on everything? No, he doesn't have bleed count on his skill 1. He has it on his skill 2. And a little on his skill 3. Gain assist defense. He gets assist defense. Yes. Yes. All right. Yeah. No. I think Ring Honglu and Ring Faust, they're staying on the bleed team for a while. He gets assist defense. Oh my god. Another Mao Faust. Although this Mao Faust gets an extra skill 2, basically for free. Has assist defense already. Gets a bonus skill 1 from something. Maybe gets a bonus skill 3 from something. And also with attack weight and 5 coins instead of 4. Yeah, no, this is looking like it's going to be a pretty decent ID. And I think he gains 3 base power as well. Isn't it just no fast? If what? What? I don't know. Should I get AE? I don't know. I mean, I guess they might technically count as unique charge, but like, I don't know if giving them charge will actually give them their corpus thingy, whatever. I don't know if giving them charge will give them their specific thing, or if it'll just give them charge, because I don't think they have a thing that says instead of gaining charge, gain this instead. I think some IDs do have that, but I don't think these ones do, so I don't think that'll work. Unless it does, but not sure yet. Also, there's not really any other charge IDs that are super great. Well, I mean, Knight of Despair Rhodia is technically charged, so... Well, I mean, You know what's crazy? The entire charge team right now is just Walp IDs, and it's not even really charge units. Except for Gregor, he's like the only he's the only one. It's like actually a charge unit. And then there's like Magical Girl, Dawn, Knight of Despair, Rhodia, Walp, Ryoshu. It's like, okay. But he's probably gonna be Ring Faust. Just work with everyone. I mean, I feel like they're definitely gonna be very like bleed heavy, but I mean, yeah, I mean the ring IDs were very good generalist IDs considering they synergize with like every status for the most part. Would they even replace on bleed? So who I've been running on bleed has been all 5 Blood Fiends with Kurokumo, Ishmael, and Heathcliff. So like for me, I would just keep running all of the Blood Fiends, but then just swap out Ishmael and Heathcliff for these 2 ring IDs. Although what people could start doing is they could potentially start leaning away from the Blood Fiend IDs. Now they are really good, but I have heard that the Blood Fiend team is more so a Blood Feast team than a Bleed team. So if other units are just better for Bleed, like I think Kurokumo is supposed to be good for Bleed. Well, at least Ishmael and Heathcliff. The rest, they don't exist. Well, they technically exist, but I don't think I've ever used them ever. Well, aside from Heathcliff in like season 1 or 2 or something. But yeah, no. Right now, my thoughts of a team is just gonna be Blood Fiends with these 2. Can't see Ish or Heath. Yeah, I think a team could definitely. I feel like because the Blood Fiends, I feel like they really do well when they're on a team together. So if there's only like a couple of them on, it might be worth just swapping them out anyway. Because if it's all 4 ring IDs, well, I don't know if people will want to run Otis, but people might for the count. Although they could do that. They could do all 4 ring IDs with the Kurokumo, Ish, and Heathcliff. And then that's 6 IDs. So then there's just 1 slot left over. And maybe that could go to like Manager Dawn or something. So of all 5 Blood Fiends. Yeah, I mean, people will figure it out when they get released. I mean, there's nothing like stopping people from like mixing and matching however much they please. I think like at the end of the day, these are just gonna be really good units. So whatever team they're gonna end up on, they're likely gonna be pretty good. And I'm saying that just based off the fact they have assist defense. Heavily biased towards liking assist defense. I really don't like final power because every time I see that, it's like, well, it could have been coin power, but like if they're gaining that much base power from their passives alone, then I'm a little more acceptable of it, or tolerable, or tolerating of it, something like that. Ring IDs are just gonna be really good in any team. Yeah, the ring IDs so far have been good for generalists because of the negative effect conditional means that like no matter what team they're in, they're gaining their conditional. Because teams are really only built around conditionals in the first place. Like if there was an ID that inflicted bleed but had conditionals for gain coin power based on tremor, then that could fit on a tremor team. Like yeah, conditionals are really the main reasons teams get built in the first place. Like if something doesn't need conditionals, then it can just be put in a generalist team, and negative effects qualify for a generalist team. Maybe 1 more Blood Fiend, maybe they can actually full team. I mean, even then they won't have 7 though, because right now they're just at 5. I mean, I don't really know of any other Blood Fiends that would really fit the team though. Like story-wise, I don't really know if there's any others to add. Ring Song Journalist? Yes, he does good on the bleed team, but he's also perfectly okay as a generalist. Okay, anyways, gain assist defense, on evade, inflict by next turn against the attacker, gain evade next turn, evade, gain haste next turn, on evade, okay. And then assist defense exclusive skill, 2 coin, clashable counter, deal more damage for every X type of negative effects on target. On use, gain coin power for every X bleed on target. Okay, coin power, I like that. On use, add X plus corpus ingredient count, consume Y corpus ingredient count 2, gain the following effects, gain clash power, convert final coin on this skill to unbreakable coin, on hit, and inflict bleed count. Hold on. Convert final coin on the skill to unbreakable coin. On a clashable counter, why do you need that? I mean, okay, hold on. If he gains his corpus ingredient on skill inflicting damage, then I guess it's good to like guarantee he's going to be gaining it. But like, I don't know, there's just a lot of IDs with this convert final coin of this skill to unbreakable coin. There's just a lot of that these days. Most of it would be, rings would be better in bleed or charge. In bleed. In bleed. I mean, in charge, I mean, they just don't really, like, yeah, I guess technically maybe, you know, maybe they could fit in charge. You know, actually, hold on. Maybe, because, like, if we think about it, right, all of the charge IDs, none of them synergize with each other for any reason aside from they technically have charge, which isn't exactly synergy, because like I was saying before, like, conditionals build the team, right? So if a bunch of different IDs are fueling themselves and inflicting different statuses, the ring, these two groups can most likely fit on that team. So that would make sense to put them on charge team, now that I think about it. The only reason to not do that is because of the insane amount of bleed count that they have the potential to inflict. And that might just, I mean, well, okay, look, they will fit on the charge team. I think they would do better on the bleed team, although that's not to say that they're like going to be bad on the charge team. I think that they're just going to tap into more of their potential on the bleed team, because then they'll be doing more for the team, I guess. Although, I guess they're pretty self-sufficient if they just need negative effects, because they don't scale off of bleed, do they? Well, actually here it says they do coin power for every X bleed. Is that anywhere else? Is it final power? Okay, no, they do scale off bleed. Okay, no, it's damage for negative effects, and then final power gains on bleed. Okay, maybe they, yeah, no, they'll be better on a bleed team then. But they won't be bad on charge, I don't think. But yeah, no, I would still most likely use them on a bleed team, if anything. What is level 70? Level 70? Like manager XP level? If we're talking manager XP level, then it's just it's basically just energy and how much you can store at a time. Yes, okay, yeah, it's just how much energy you can store at a time, and when you spend the 26 lunacy on the daily refresh, you fill up as much energy as you have. So if you have like 100 energy, then spending your daily lunacy on that will give you 100 energy. But then if you have like 150 energy, then you'll get 150 energy from that. So like the more energy your capacity is, the better value you're getting from spending the lunacy. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we just read, right? I think so. Yeah, and then I don't think we read this yet. Okay, 5 coin, unbreakable. Diamond is unbreakable. Okay, anyways. Deal more damage for every excess attack weight. Deal more damage for every excess attack weight. I can read. Well, in this stream at least. Last one. Anyways, beyond the number of actual targets and focused encounters, the part when attacking just one target, deal even more damage on use at X+. Hold on, what? When attacking just one target, deal even more damage. you're not gonna have the thing that Mersault had where it said, "Oh yeah, you may have 5 attack weight, but actually just attack one of those targets." You're not gonna do that, right? That would kind of suck. You didn't do that, right? I mean, you better not. That would not be good. I mean, I guess either way, it's a 5-coin nuke skill. Is it a nuke skill? I don't know. 5 coins, like, there's no like standard for 5-coin skills because there's like 3 of them. So it's really hard to say what it's gonna be. Like the other is, it's like, okay, oh yeah, that's gonna be 3 base power, 4 coin power, 4 base power, 4 coin power, 4 base power, 3 coin power. It's like those are simple, but then 5 coins, we just don't know yet. Skill 3 enhances 5 attack weight. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now we just gotta figure out what the activation is for it. Although first I'm gonna read the things for it. Better than Barber? Or what's better than Barber? This ID? Yeah, this ID is probably gonna be better than Barbarotis. Although, I mean, if I'm using the Bloodfiend team, I would still have Barber Otis on that team. But, like, if I'm not using the Bloodfiend team, then, like, yeah, this ID is probably better. On use, deal more damage for every excess attack weight. Did I just read that? I did. Add X plus corpus count. Consume up to Y corpus ingredient count and gain the following effects. Gain final power. Okay. Deal more damage for every X corpus ingredient count consumed. That's good. Add X plus corpus ingredient, gain Y attack weight. Okay. So is it going to be like 3 base attack weight and then gain 2 attack weight from this X plus corpus ingredient? Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. Attack end for all ring identities. Heal SP and apply that thing. Inflict bleed, inflict bind next turn, and gain haste next turn. Inflict damage down next turn, gain slash damage up next turn. Inflict bleed count. Deal more damage for every X types of negative effect on target. Inflict burn? 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 Why are you inflicting burn? Okay, sure. Yeah, why not? Cool. Okay. Inflict corpus theater. Burn. Burn season. Yep, there's the burn. There's the burn season. The burn season is real. Alright, yeah, time for passives. We gotta figure out how he activates his skill 3 enhanced. Because right now I just don't know. I just don't know. Alright. Passives. Oh, it's so much clearer. It's just a larger image size that makes it so much easier to see. And the other one, I don't know why it's like so like small and condensed. Can't wait for Burn team that utilizes Nurse Father, E-Song, and Homways 1 burn potency. 99 burn. Yeah. Wait, Nurse Father E-Song has burn? Oh yeah, he does have burn. I forgot about that. Wait, does he have burn? Does he inflict it like once or something? E-Song has no burn keyword. Yeah. Oh, you mean the index one? For some reason, I thought you meant the ring one. I was gonna say the ring one. They had to nerf that heavily. It's a passive thing. Huh. Is there a passive here that says is not a burn ID? I don't think so. All right. Plus 1 burn potency at the end of the yes, That's okay. I mean, yeah, cool. I feel like it's the same thing with Captain Ishmael. It's like, all right, I don't know why you have burn, but cool. All right, passive. Let's Make those a little bit larger, maybe. Oh, that's a good size. That's a good size. 5 repellency. Wow, 5 whole burn. It's even more than 1. Even more than 4. Not as much as 6 though. Alright. Upon entering the encounter for the first time, gain plus number of ring allies on the field times X corpse ingredient count. Okay, so basically they ramp up really quickly if you have the rest of the ring on the field. I don't know if that caps out either, because it might not cap out. Potentially. Filter, Limbus, burn, keyword. Limbus, I still can't open because I'm still on the April Fool's first dialogue of it, and I don't want to accidentally mess something up if I close out of it. So I've just left that minimized in the background, and I'll go through that later. Probably like 10-20 minutes after this stream, I'll start a new one for the April Fool's thing. Come on again. Interesting. Well, okay, I'm still just like too scared to close it though. According to the description, applies 5.5 paralyzed, 5 sinking, etc. to all targets. Ah, okay. So that's like, how much attack weight did it have again? Did it have 7 attack weight? Because then that would be 35 burn, technically. Alright, upon entering this encounter for the first time, I just read that. Skill end. If a skill dealt HP or shield damage, gain corpus ingredient count. If target is killed, gain additional corpus ingredient count. Okay, so same as Faust. If you deal damage with your skills, then you gain your count. Cool. Gain corpus ingredient every time this unit consumes X unit of the corpus ingredient count in this encounter. So, something about, oh yeah, when you use count, gain potency. Cool. If the above brings this unit's corpus ingredient potency. Why do they define it as potency here and not here? Like, they did this for Faust as well. They only described it as potency here, then everywhere else they just left it as just corpus ingredient. Just super awkward. This above effect brings the potency to X or higher, gain artwork. Art. Base attack skills and clashable counter skills count as skills that gain charge count because it has unique charge, which is the corpus ingredient. Right, so that does make sense. Imagine not understanding that. Couldn't be me. Ha ha ha. Alright. Upon entering the encounter for the first time, gain X viewing the... tableau? What is that? Alright, well, we'll worry about that later. Upon entering the encounter for the first time, gain X of that thing. When the ring faction allied identities use a skill, lose that thing. What? Why? Huh? Okay. Not sure why, but cool. Well, maybe not cool. Alright, turn end. If this unit does not have that, replace one of its base skills with closing time, installation, art number. Is that the top right one? Closing time. Oh, no, that's the enhanced skill 3. Huh. Hold on, what? Why? What? Hold on. What? If this unit does not have viewing the thingy, replace one of its base skills with enhanced skill 3 at next turn start. Prioritize the skills leftmost. Slots, bottom row on the dashboard. Okay, so it doesn't even prioritize the skill 3s to replace. So what, do you get that once per encounter? Because that would kind of suck. Like what? Like what? If Ring Princess Faust is on the field, protection turn start. What? Huh? Okay, there's no way that activates every turn. If the replace skill becomes inaccessible due to being replaced by a different skill, activate the above effect again. Okay, so is this only going to activate once per turn? Or not once per, I mean once per encounter? I feel like this is only going to activate once per encounter, which I don't exactly like that. It's like if he has an enhanced skill 3, why limit it to once per encounter? Okay. Because they can't just let him activate this every turn. Are you sure? Oh my god, the memes. Pretty sure threw a trash bag into space. Oh my god, it's horrible. It's so horrible. Oh, okay. If replace skill becomes inaccessible due to... Did I just read that? Yeah. Turn end if this unit was staggered for the first time in the encounter. While under this effect, recover from stagger. Excluding force stagger. So... Why, though? Why does he just recover from stagger? I mean, okay, sure. Why not? Okay. Last passive, before the House of Spiders, Ring Apprentice Faust uses its skill 3. Except ego skills? Yeah, I don't think an ego skill is a skill 3. What? Do ego skills count as a skill 3? No, why does it say that? Maybe they do. Okay. House of Spiders, Ringnur's father, Honglu, uses... Why have we left Flesh and Blood on Faust? Is that his skill 1? Or enhanced skill 1? It is. Why does he do that on Faust? He uses this on Faust? Apply offense level up. Oh, okay. So it probably like does no damage. Well, better do no damage. Okay, but apply offense level up. I mean... Okay, so what? He's just like injecting Faust with offense level up or something? Like, but I mean, I guess that's what's happening. I don't know why he has to use a attack for that. I feel like it's a bit of a waste of an extra skill, but okay. I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm seeing synergy between Ring Honglu and Faust are just way better than Index Song. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's definitely gotta be because they're being released at the same time. So they're like, so they don't have to worry about like spoiling things as much. Whereas Index Dawn, they didn't, I guess they didn't really want to reveal as much. They were very secretive with Index Dawn, but now that the Kanto's like out, and also like these IDs, like I feel like being able to release them at the same time, they can mention the other ID much more, because it would be kind of weird if they mention an ID that wasn't released yet. So releasing them at the same time, I feel like lets them do this back and forth synergy a lot easier. Is just a possibility of, it's just a thought on that. I thought I gave free skill 3 to Faust. No. It just gives her a little bit of offense level. Maybe like 1 or 2. On hit, the attack skill inflicted a negative effect, heal SP at attack end. If this unit's SP is at max, gain / damage up next turn when this unit heals SP with this effect. So heal SP at attack end, and if you're at max SP, then gain / damage up. Cool. Support passive. Turn end, inflict offense level down and bleed count. Next turn on one enemy with fastest speed. Okay, yeah, that's pretty easy. All right, now for the final things. Corpus ingredient, unique charge, interacts the same way as normal charge, does to effects that raise or reduce charge potency and count. Turn end to lose X count. Viewing the thingy. If the House of Spiders, the Ring Apprentice Faust is on the field, gain protection at turn start. Turn end to lose X stack. Okay. And then when he runs out of that, then he uses his enhanced skill 3. So it actually doesn't really matter how many ring units you have on field, I guess, because well, I mean, yeah, they'll all get buffs from him, but the way he interacts with them himself, I think, from what I understand, is he gains extra of this viewing the thingy, but when other ring members attack, he loses it when they attack. So it kind of like cancels out. So there's like no point in adding extra just to give him more of this thing, because it doesn't really do anything important for him. I don't think, unless it does, but not from what I'm understanding. Unless I'm just not understanding. It's having 7,500 only 20 rolls from the rear event. I mean, it could. I mean, I personally wouldn't pull, but then again, I only pull on Walpurgis and collab events. Yeah. Okay. When this unit gains bleed from enemy attack skills, randomly gain X of the following effects next turn. Okay, so he applies this to enemies. He doesn't use this himself, so he doesn't gain bleed from enemies. This is applied to enemies, the enemies gain bleed from attacks. Gains bleed when our allies attack them. Randomly gain X of the following effects next turn. Always Y. Stack this effect. Bleed potency, bind, defense power down. Now, bleed potency is probably going to be the most useful one. Defense power down, that doesn't really matter that much. Offense level down would have been better. Bind doesn't really. I mean, I guess Faust wants speed, but it's whatever. Worked like a timer. I'm gonna figure out chance plan. Well, it is gonna be like a timer, but not one that is very easily controlled. I mean, judging by, well, yeah, because it's gonna be after a certain amount of turns, because turn ends is a lose stack, and then after allies, yeah, when the ring faction allied identities use a skill, lose that. And where is it? Upon entering encounter, gain that. When ring allies use that, lose that. Actually, do ring allies? Does he not gain more when there's ring allies? Maybe he doesn't actually. Why do I think he gains more with ring allies? Maybe it was that thing. Maybe I got confused on that. Okay, no, maybe. Okay, maybe he just maybe he does lose it faster when there's ring allies on the team. I think I mixed it up. Okay. So it's not, so it might not be neutral by adding ring allies. So, I mean, he does activate his enhanced skill 3 when he runs out of this viewing the tableau thing. If he doesn't gain extra by having ring allies on the team, then having those ring allies on the team, having them attack, will make him run out of this faster. And when he runs out of it, then he uses his enhanced skill 3. So, I mean, it could be potentially worth avoiding using too many ring allies, because if like your team isn't able to set up in time for a proper damage phase, then like the damage phase being on turn 3 versus 4 could be the difference in how many ring allies you want to use. I mean, there could also be ways to stall potentially, but we'll see. Okay, this thing bind. I mean, I guess he'd use a little bit of speed conditionals. Well, Faust does. I don't know if Hongwei does. I don't remember anything specific about that. Okay, artwork. His is a little bit better than Faust for one specific reason. Faust and his, I think, are very much the same, except one minor difference is that he gets a 3rd base power. Okay, so apply to following effects of this unit's base attack skills and clashable counter skill based on corpus ingredient potency. Gain base power if the enemy has bleed or unique bleed, deal more damage, inflict more bleed potency and count. Gain base power, gain base power. So 3 base power. 3. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. And then this thing that he gives to everybody, gain min and max speed, base attack allies, gain base attack skills, base attack skills, gain clash power and deal more damage. And he gives that to all ring members, although Faust gets double this. Although double probably just means one more clash power and a little bit more damage, because this is probably not going to be that huge, I'm imagining. Because if he can give it to an entire team, then it probably won't be anything like major or anything like that. Min and max speed, I mean, yeah, min and max speed is min and max speed. I think that's everything with him. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, overall, the IDs, I have a feeling they'll be pretty strong. I feel like it depends on how great their base power is. I mean, I could have done the math out a little bit, but I didn't really feel like doing that because I just didn't want to. Let's look at their affinities. Okay, Pride, Envy, Lust, and bullied teams having Lust nuke skills are pretty good for damage phases, since a lot of them have that. And then Faust has Gluttony, Envy, Lust. Okay. And then all of their attacks are Slash. Although Faust has the pierce damage on the thingy of the thing. I think the new ideas are just going to be trackable trades. I can work with any team, but they do better in a team. I think that might be an accurate assessment. Well, it depends. Because, like, the Faust might actually be a better generalist than Honglu. Not saying Faust is going to be better than Honglu, because in the bully team, Honglu is probably going to take priority. But Faust gains clash power based off of negative effects, but her final power scales off of bleed, which is very important. Honglu, let me zoom this in. He does more damage with negative effects, but he only gains final power with bleed. I mean, I guess he also does with his corpus ingredient thing, but are the passives good? Like the support passives? Let me double check. Okay, what am I moving? Okay, that's the wrong. I'm moving the wrong thing. Hold on. Do bleed or something. Okay, I want to hit it. Oh, is the equip defense skill is do bleed? I mean, yeah, it's not terrible. It's not like deal plus 20% damage on heads hit. That would be a little bit better, but not. I don't think they're bad or anything. This one is turn end, inflict offense level down, and bleed count next turn on one enemy with fast speed. Yeah, that's not. I mean, it's a little bonus bleed count. It's not like it's 5 bleed count, but it's something. I think support passives have definitely chilled out quite a lot. I feel like the earlier support passives were always like the better ones, because like they made support passives like really strong in season 1 and some in 2, but support passive is pretty mid. It's better for some using actual IDs. Yeah, I guess since ever since they made chain battles where you actually have everybody available in an encounter, I think support passives has definitely died out. Because they used to make support passives better on like 2 stars, but now they don't make 2 stars anymore. Yeah, no, now that chain battles are a thing, support passives don't really matter as much because you want everybody in your team to be able to do good. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, okay, here it is. I'm trying to center this. Probably don't even need to be doing this all key. No, but yeah, so they do scale off of final power. They do gain base power from their thing. But like they really I think they want bleed. Well, they do want bleed. They want for final power. They technically, because like their conditionals for like the generalist ones, right? I guess they can still fit into generalist because it's not like, well, it's not like they need final power. It just would be nice to have. Although in like higher level fights, then it probably would be a little bit important. Like in story content, if people used them for that. Well, that is, I think it. Is there a better way I can? Oh, yep, there's the thumbnail. That's what the thumbnail looks like. Event time. Yeah, I am probably gonna take like a 20-minute break to set up the stream. Well, not 20 setup. I also have to like take care of other stuff for a minute, but yeah, no, I do want to try to start the event pretty soon. Like maybe like 20 to 30 minutes, because I still need to do like a little bit of the thumbnail to like finish it up, and then I have to set up the actual stream, which is gonna take a little bit of time. And then there's other stuff I gotta do too, but it shouldn't take too long, so it should be like 20, 25, 30, hopefully on the shorter side. But all right, yeah, and then that's gonna be all of this for now, although then the update's gonna be tomorrow. I meant to do this stream yesterday, but I kind of ran out of time. Yeah, okay. I do want to do the. I do want to look at these IDs when they come out tomorrow, and I also want to do the event in 20-ish minutes, somewhere around there. All right, I'm gonna try to set that up now. But yeah, I do want to do the, like when this releases, I want to look at the stuff tomorrow. All right, it's gonna be all for now. Well, and by for now, I mean for like 20, 30 minutes. Well, thanks for anybody that stopped by, and have a good one. All right, see ya.